Manifesting Me. Thanks so much for joining me. I write, talk about, and teach manifesting. I have a book available for sale on Amazon.com called The Pocket Guide to Manifesting. I do one-on-one sessions, which I've linked to in the description box of the video if you're interested. And please, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It does help other people in our community find it. Thanks. I experienced over the past few weeks something that's a little bit new for me, and I like to think of myself as somebody who is in good physical shape and my body feels good to me and is healthy. And about 3 weeks ago, my back suddenly decided it wasn't going to have it anymore. So I pulled something or did something, who knows, but I found myself slightly immobilized for the good part of a day and going into the next day and being able to move very little without pain for the next 2 or 3 days after that. Now, for some of you, you might be like, yeah, whatever, back stuff happens to a lot of people, no big deal, right? Well, we all have our thing. And for me, this was a big deal because I'm not used to not being able to move my body the way I want to move it when I want to move it. So to be kind of spend one day where I was just laying down most of the day because everything hurt. It hurt to cough, it hurt to move, it hurt to giggle. Rolling over was a huge process. That wasn't anything that was pleasant for me. And I found what was happening was I was kind of, for those first few days, as can happen when something's happening that we don't like, I was really caught up in the fact that I didn't like what was happening. And so I was fixated on what hurt, what was wrong, what was bad, and how difficult it was for me to go about my normal life with the situation occurring. And I got to be about 3 or 4 days into it, and I realized I wasn't progressing. I was doing so-called everything right. I was resting my body. I was taking anti-inflammatories. I was doing a lot of fish oil and other things to try to help my body heal what it needed to heal. I was using heat. I was trying to do gentle stretches when I could actually get out of a laying down position. So all of those textbook things that they say you should do if your back is not feeling good, I was doing. One thing that I wasn't doing was I wasn't taking my focus off of how bad my back felt. And as manifestors, what do we know? We know that wherever attention goes is where energy flows. Whatever we're focused on, we're growing, right? And that's why it's so important to be mindful of where our thoughts are, be mindful of what we're thinking about, what we're focused on. And in this situation, I was focused on, God, my back hurts. Oh my gosh, why hasn't it gotten better? Oh, slow going with this. And I'm sitting there on the third or fourth day, and it dawns on me. You'd think I was a novice at this stuff, right? The way that this was shaping up. And it dawns on me, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so focused on what I don't like about this situation. I've forgotten to step into a space of where I want to be, which was to have my back and body feel fantastic again. Have you noticed though that sometimes it's hard to make a jump when we're in a situation that doesn't feel good, to jump into a situation that once again feels great to us? That can be a big chasm to try to span. And so here's my workaround for it, or my little tip to just help all of us. And I had to remind myself of this, and I call it the in this moment, I'm okay exercise. I'm going to give total props to my friend Kat, who introduced me to this concept about, I want to say 10 years ago. So Kat, thank you. And what it does is it brings our attention to something or some things that are good. So when we're in a situation that doesn't feel good, it feels bad. I'll use that term. I don't love using that term, but I will for purposes of this conversation. And it brings us to, okay, well, all of that sucks. I've got to put my focus on what doesn't suck. Said in a positive way, I need to find the stuff that is okay with me right now, that feels good, that is working. So what I did was I was sitting, and all of a sudden when this thought dawns on me, like, you've got to do the in this moment exercise, Megan. I said, okay, well, what does feel good? Oh, okay, well, the way I'm sitting right this second, if I don't cough or move or no sudden movements, my back feels okay. Well, that's great. Okay, so in this moment, I'm okay. Good. Okay, now take it a little bit further. Well, what else feels okay? I don't know, my shoulders feel good, my hands feel good, my legs feel good. Like every other part of my body feels good. And so I started to just play around with, wow, those parts of my body feel great. That's fantastic. Gosh, thank you, universe. This is wonderful. And as I was doing that and kind of starting to build and put my attention and flow energy to what felt good and what was good, what I noticed was 24 hours later, my back, which felt like it was had been making less than 5% progress a day for all of my resting and everything else, in the next 24 hours, my back catapulted up to feeling 65 to 70% better. I mean, it was like I'd found the magic pill for it. But all it really was I was shifting my attention away from that bad feeling that I had had and those feelings of limitation and frustration and, oh my God, this is horrible. And it's not like I was saying that that wasn't happening, okay? Because I'm not asking you to deny a reality, but there can be multiple realities happening in any one moment in time, and it's where we put our focus. So, I mean, this time is kind of this real nebulous thing, and we can play around with it and we can blur the boundaries of time and space. Physics is teaching us this, quantum physics and quantum mechanics in particular. But for us, it means putting our attention on what's good, on what feels good, on what's working, on what in our life is bringing us joy or is simply just okay. It doesn't even have to be bringing you joy. Just go to what's okay. What's good? In this moment, I am okay. In this moment, I am okay. In this moment, these things in my life are okay. And what happens is the more that we put our attention over on those things that are good, okay, that we're swell with, we grow those. We're flowing energy there, and they're going to naturally start to build. So for all of my resting, stretching, anti-inflammatories, blah, 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 blahs that I had been doing for my back, the most powerful thing I did was I changed my mind about what was happening. And I catapulted myself into a new reality by simply growing the energy of what was working. These aren't easy things to do. I also won't say that they're hard things to do. Um, Lucy is saying hi to everybody. She's normally a little bit shy, but she seems like she wants to be part of the action today. So we'll let her. It's just, this is all a matter of retraining our mind. It's so easy to get hooked into what feels bad, to things that want to pull down our vibration. I do it. I'm human. I do it. That said, we also have the ability to retract those hooks because we hook into bad as much as bad feels like it hooks into us. We can retract our hooks and go, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, yeah, I see what I was doing there. Now it's time to change my focus. And I'm going to shift. And as I'm shifting, I'm going to start to feel the energy rise, my vibration rise. And high vibrations feel good. And that's where I think most of us want to be most of the time. We want to feel good in this life. We came here to create and feel good. So that is something that we have the ability to do. It takes practice. Sometimes, if all we have is 5 seconds of saying, okay, I'm feeling so bad in so many ways, but if I can find 5 seconds to put my attention on something else, I'm going to do that because I'm trying to grow the good. And that's the reminder for ourselves. We always have the ability to take our focus in the moment from over here to over here. We are in control of where our thoughts go. It's fun and funny sometimes to say, oh, my monkey mind, it just runs away from me. We allow it to run away, so bring it back. Bring it back. If you're having trouble bringing it back on your own, that's when I recommend bringing in the external influences, the subliminal messages that you might listen to, the uplifting music, things with a high vibration. Phone a friend, text somebody and say, hey, I just need some energy sent my way. I'm feeling pretty low, but I'm open to receiving some good stuff. And just bring in any of that outside stuff to help. But remember, we always have the power in the moment to shift our focus from what doesn't feel good over to what does feel good and to grow more of that. It's a practice. Give yourself, I don't know, the next time you're feeling not great, whether it's physically not great or mentally or emotionally, see if you can play around with that in this moment exercise and if it can help you too. Thank you so much for being here. Again, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It does help other people in our community find it, and subscribe if you want to know when new videos are posted. Happy manifesting, everyone. And until next time, bye-bye. Hey there, real quick, I just wanted to share, I'm excited to say I have my Manifesting 101 course up and available for rent or purchase. I've included a link to that in the description box below. And what does the Manifesting 101 course cover? It covers the basics of what manifesting is, why it works, a little bit of how it works to the best of my knowledge, and 4 easy steps for manifesting whatever you want, whenever you want, along with a whole bunch of extra tips and tricks that can help you become a manifester who is manifesting more of the good stuff in life and less of the bad. I hope you'll check it out. Thanks so much.